Vltn'S got you covered.
Alright, beautiful people, good morning, and what is up? It's your boy Reggie, known as Valentine the Plug, and I'd like to welcome you to another vlog. Now, today is going to be kind of a slow day. Why? Because it's the last day before me and my girl go on a vacation to Barcelona. So we already packed. We're just basically chilling, waiting for the day to end so we can start going to Schiphol and catch our flight. I'm also not going to be cooking up today, but I'm actually going to do a mixing day. So that gives me an opportunity to talk to you about mixing and how I feel that, your approach to mixing should be. So follow me, and don't lose your grip.
The Vltn'S got you covered.
Okay, so about that holiday, Barcelona, 6 days, me and my girl, we are actually very close to the stadium of FC Barcelona, so that's pretty dope actually. I'm just looking forward to going there, waking up, getting breakfast, and then going back to bed, and then asking my girl yo, what are we gonna do? I want to have a spontaneous and very chill and laid back vacation, and I feel like I deserve that. I've been working a lot, my regular day job, and of course my producer work, and I feel that I deserve to reward myself with a break and some mental maintenance in the form of a vacation. So other than that, what I'm going to be doing today is having lunch with a good friend of mine. Haven't seen her in a minute, so it's good to catch up. And mixing, man. Today is all about mixing, and what I want to do with this vlog is actually talk about how I managed to demystify mixing for myself, because it's something that a lot of producers struggle with, rightfully so, because it's a difficult and a complex subject. And I want to just give some tips on how to make that easier to understand for yourself. Just to clear up a couple of things and share my perspective on what mixing actually means and how to go about it. And as for my weekend overview, I'm not gonna lie, I have had a good ass week. I'm still in that good beat flow. Everything I touch turns into a dope beat. It might take a little more time, but it turns into a dope beat anyway. Got my commissions done. The customers were very happy, so I got some happy customers. So I'm very happy about that. No stress at work. I managed to get all my work from my day job done. My energy's good. It's progressively been getting better. So I feel blessed. I feel like I'm in a good flow, and I just want to ride that wave for as long as possible. Alright, so I don't know if I told you, but my girlfriend is a wizard when it comes to packing a suitcase. I had a bunch of stuff. Suitcases right there. I had a bunch of stuff which I knew wouldn't fit in that suitcase with the space we had, and for some reason she worked her magic and it all fit. So I'm happy to have her as my travel companion, because I wouldn't know what the hell to do without her. Alright, so today for me is mixing day, and mixing day is when I fucked up. Mixing day is when I have too much beats that I did complete in terms of composition, but I didn't mix them. So that means that I have an entire batch of beats that I have to mix. And honestly, that's all I mean. That is due to being complacent and shitty time management. So the lesson here is to, when you make a beat, make sure that if you take a break from it, you continue as soon as possible. Because what sucks is when you make a beat and you listen it back and it either sucks or you're completely out of that creative flow that you were in, so the beat doesn't really resonate with you. I also want to take this moment to give a big fat shout out to my barber, the main man, Yordi 730. My man fixed me up. I was over at his house on Thursday. I thought it would be a regular schmegular cut, but my man came through. He had the magic in his fingers. He had the Midas touch. Oh my God. Alright, so let's try and demystify this mixing thing, because after melodies and chords and drums and composition, mixing is the biggest hurdle. It's like you know how to make a beat and now you wonder how to make that beat sound good. Only mixing is not about making it sound good, because your sounds should sound good the moment you start picking them. No, mixing is about making it all blend together, making it sound right, making sure that every element has a part in the mix. That is what mixing is. So in this part of the video, I'm gonna help you make sure that your mixes don't suck the same way people help me make sure my mixes don't suck. And that is just by sharing insights. Alright, so the first tip that I want to give you is to stop treating mixing like it's a matter of slapping on plugins, dialing in the settings, and thinking that that'll help you achieve a good balance, because it's not. Matter of fact, there's actually far more to achieve if you spend time getting your levels right, like your volume. There's far more to achieve if you spend more time in your sound selection, because saturation on an 808 won't help that 808 sound good if it sounds out of tune with the rest of the mix. You get me? There's gotta be harmony, there's gotta be balance. So stop thinking you can get away by just buying or pirating, mostly pirating by the way, by using a lot of high-end plugins and thinking that'll solve your mix. Second tip I want to give you is realize why you're mixing. If you're mixing to make your shit sound good, in my opinion, you're doing it all wrong, because your shit is supposed to sound good, your sounds are supposed to sound good, like they belong together, way before you get to that mixing stage. What you want to do is make it sound right. So you want to make sure that every element you have in your beat has a place in the mix, and it gives space to the other things in the mix, but it also has enough space given to it. You want to make sure that that 808 doesn't clash with the kick, but you want to make sure that the other instruments that also have low end give that 808 enough space to just punch through. So it's about balance and harmony, not about making it sound good. The third tip I want to give you is that mixing is not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. There's a lot of talk on the internet about how you should be leveling your kicks and your snares, and whether or not you should always sidechain or whether you should never sidechain because Kenny Beats told you not to. It's not a one-size-fits-all thing, and mixing can't be reduced to using one technique all the time because it's the best. You should build a tool shed of techniques that you can use at any given moment, instead of thinking, well, these techniques are garbage since nobody uses them. You should always use these. So the fourth tip I want to give you is that you should probably be very critical of who you're getting information from. When I was looking for mixing tutorials, I noticed that there were a lot of good tutorials telling me how to use a specific technique. There's a lot of tutorials on how to use parallel processing, on how to use sidechaining, but there was nobody really going in depth on why they should use it or in which cases they're using it. And I noticed that I got that information out of a lot of engineers who I started following, such as Matthew Wise, Sean Devine. There's plenty of YouTube channels run by engineers that'll tell you just that. They'll give you some more insight as to why techniques work the way they do and when you should apply them and when they're best applied. Okay, so the fifth tip that I want to give you beautiful people: don't overthink shit and keep it simple, stupid. If it sounds good, it sounds good, and that is always a subjective matter. Of course, anybody can notice when your kicks and 808s are clashing. That is definitely not good. But if you feel that a warm sounding beat is your signature sound, or a sparse cold sounding beat is your signature sound, go for it, because everybody has their signature sounds. I mean, there's people actually wanting to have their 808s all distorted because it fits screamo trap, for example. There's people who want their 808s to punch through the mix because it fits the hard trap that they're making. So your mix should also be matching your musical aesthetic. It should be matching your musical style. In addition to that, I'd also like to say that you don't have to have like a 6-part processing rack just to get a good sounding 808. I mean, a lot of that might be helped with leveling and some minor distortion. If you start slapping on effects onto your melodies, make sure that they each serve a purpose. So anyways, if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Beats will be posted every Monday and Thursday, except for the coming week, because I'll be on a well-deserved vacation to Barcelona with my girl. So that means you won't be hearing anything from Valentine the Plug, aka Reggie, this week. So I wish you all the best, and I'm gonna see y'all soon.